Thank you, Mr. Bancroft and our band students for playing us in. Good afternoon. Couldn't have asked for better weather. We'd like to warmly welcome you to our 8th grade promotion ceremony. First and foremost, thank you to our 8th grade parent reps, our PTSA, and our PE department for setting all of this up for us today. Before we begin, let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you could please remain standing as Mr. Soto and his choir students come up to sing the national anthem for us. That was beautiful. Thank you. You may be seated. So again, welcome. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Jack Plotkin. I'm the principal here at Segundo Middle School, and I'd like to introduce our esteemed guests on stage today. So we're fortunate to have 3 members of our Board of Education join us, and we have Dr. Bill Watkins, Miss Emily Lane, Miss Nancy Cobb. Behind me, we have our ESUSD Superintendent, Dr. Melissa Moore.
Congratulations, graduates.
And we all know and love Mr. Rabiei, our Assistant Principal. Last but not least, our most distinguished guests, this 8th grade class. What's up, 8th graders? Hey, check this out. I can do it one hand now. Pretty cool, right? So how many of you guys have one of these things? So right now, you might look back at your middle school experience and picture yourself, I don't know, flicking one of these, maybe as you writhe on that hard metal stool sitting in your science class. Maybe it's a memory of you bending down in front of the mirror in the morning to get that perfect cuff on that pair of jeans you have that has the tear right above the knee. Maybe it's bringing the homemade slime to school and hiding it from your teachers in that Tupperware that you snagged out of your mom's collection. That's where your Tupperware went, by the way. Or the time you flipped that water bottle 10 feet in the air and watched it land perfectly on the storage container outside that JM building. That was a good flip. Yep, no one could have predicted any of these trends. They are unique to your time here. But I promise you, it's things like this, they don't endure. And you'll see what I mean if when you're done here, go back and ask your parents, I don't know, about hypercolor, wallet chains, the new kids on the block, Valley Girls, Pet Rocks. None of these are around anymore, except maybe New Kids on the Block, which is just a sad thing. So, what is it that will endure then when you leave here? What will matter to you and what will matter to others? To quote a bad 90s glam rock song, which was a fad from my time, it's not what you got, it's what you give. It's the people, it's the families, it's the animals and the environments you made better through your work in the community project. It's the kindness and the compassion that you showed to a friend or a stranger that you saw in need. It's the reward that you felt when you gave it your all for the sake of learning. It's the time you picked yourself back up after having fallen or experienced failure. Believe me, these are the things that last, and this is what matters. And most of all, what lasts is the gratitude that you show to others who have helped you become who you are today. Have you expressed that gratitude enough? Who helped you along the way in middle school so you could end up on this very chair that you're sitting in right now? Take a moment to think. And when you leave this ceremony today, be sure to express that gratitude. Be generous with it. Tell them how they helped you. Thank them for being in your life. You owe a lot of people for your success. Now, who wants this stupid thing? Here you go, Mirage. All you. At this point, I would like to invite Mr. Rabiei to the stage for some special recognitions.
Thank you, Principal Plotkin. El Segundo Middle School promoting class of 2017, the soon-to-be high school graduating class of 2021. Congratulations on this momentous achievement. For most of you, you walk the buildings, the corridors, the fields, hallways, and offices of this very fine school, and will soon be moving on to your next great adventure. Whether it's our very own El Segundo High School or another school, you will forever remember all the trials and tribulations of your middle school life. At El Segundo Middle School, you were the Bulldogs. Go Bulldogs! You were grounded to grow and advance academically, athletically, and socially. Whether you're moving on to be an Eagle or wherever your high school education takes you, you will always remember that classic statement that runs through your core. Say it again, go Bulldogs! At this time, we would like to recognize the many students who have exhibited outstanding citizenship, exceptional achievement, excellent attendance, and a commitment to biliteracy. First, we would like to recognize the students who have received an IB Superstar Award at any time over the last 3 years. If you have received such an award, please at this time stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, students, for exhibiting outstanding character and the attributes in the learner profile. You may be seated. Next, we'd like to recognize those students who have maintained a strong commitment to academic achievement. Each of these students has reached success not only by ability alone, but also by being organized and determined, by showing consistent effort and employing a strong work ethic. To honor this work ethic, El Segundo Middle School would like the students who have earned honor roll or better at any time during middle school to please stand. Thank you, students. You may be seated. Now, please stand if you have earned honor roll or better for every semester during middle school. Thank you, students. You may be seated. The following students, as your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Sadie Belisma. Makalakalani Burns. Emily Bustrom. Catherine Callahan. Gabriela Crother Collado. Thomas Davies. Megan Gukin. Danielle Hare. Alexander Kane, Kiana Karimi, Chase McGill, Anika Nelson, Emily Olshan, Joshua Olusian, Jordan Peterson, Nicholas Pita, Dahlia Ramirez, Vanessa Strutz, Kai Suzuki, Kyle Takata, Amelia Thompson, Zoe Zecker. Each of these students has earned a Superintendent's Honor Roll, a 4.0 for every grading term at El Segundo Middle School. Please join us in congratulating them. Thank you, students. You may be seated. It is now the Bulldogs' pleasure to present to you the students with exceptional attendance. These records show that these students did not miss a single day of school during one school year. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Riley Birch, Kelly Corrigan, Krista Cleland, Vivian Cortez, Gabriela Crother Collado, Rogelio Franco, Kendon Furuya, Sophia Georges, Alex Hirose, Idris Hussein, Brianna James, Daniel Kopecki, Journey Monzo, Amali Mackay, Jaime Morales, Ashray Nair, Aaron Nanu, Story Noble, Marcus Ortiz, Daniel Ragat, Haziel Rendon, Dylan Ryan, Jelena Schumann, Thea Sexton, Andre Ter Havasian, Jessica Tilney. Congratulations, students. You may be seated. The next group of students had perfect attendance for 2 of their 3 school years. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Thomas Davies, Jackson Hicks, Imran Kasim, Kyle Nishimoto, Ruby Noble. Congratulations, students. You may be seated. The following student had perfect attendance for all 3 years at El Segundo Middle School. Gian Soto. Congratulations. 8th grade students were given the opportunity to receive the Pursuit of Biliteracy Award. These students needed to maintain strong academic achievement and proficiency in English, as well as actively pursuing fluency in another language. These students have received a medal in recognition for their pursuit of biliteracy and creating pathways to the Seal of Biliteracy at El Segundo High School. Some of the languages represented by these students are Farsi, French, Korean, Portuguese, and Spanish. Please join El Segundo Middle School in acknowledging the following students. Please stand when your name is called. Adrian Beltran, Ameline Bertout, Gabriela Cawthor Collado, Megan Gukin, Samaya Hassan, Kiana Karimi, Chase Krilko, Natasha Lee, Emily Pineda. Victoria Rodriguez. Jillian Tanori. Zoe Zecker. Congratulations, students. You may be seated. Continuing on with our recognition of awards, at this time I'd like to invite to the platform Miss Amy Rockwell.
We would now like to recognize 6 outstanding community projects and presentations. If I call your name, please come to the front of the stage. Xander Kane. Xander created an awareness campaign highlighting food waste in America. He created a flyer that educated his local community about the unbelievable amount of food that goes unused. Right in the front. He also created a video about the issue and submitted it into a competition with C-SPAN. Ashray Nair. Ashray created a very professional website to raise awareness of homelessness on Skid Row in downtown Los Angeles. He volunteered his time and also raised hundreds of dollars to help this poverty-stricken community. Emily Bustrom. Emily collected extra produce from the Manhattan Beach Farmers Market and donated it to the Ocean Park Community Center. Through her impactful presentation, Emily also raised awareness about food insecurity and just how many people do not have reliable access to affordable, nutritious food. Cooper Stolnak. Cooper helped at-risk kids living in Watts through the Mama Hills program. Mama Hill is a retired LAUSD teacher who has turned her home into a safe haven for children living in Watts. Her program provides outreach services for these kids, and Cooper contributed to her cause by supplying them with school supplies and hygiene packs. Cooper also volunteered his time and raised awareness about this program through an artful, moving video. Ben Villa. Ben combined his love of football and his passion for helping those with special needs into his community project and created a local Challenger Football League, a football league for children with disabilities. The El Segundo Challenger Football League is a nonprofit and will be run by Ben and the president of El Segundo, Pop Warner. They will play their first championship game on October 6th during the varsity football halftime show. And finally, Jordan Asby. Jordan expanded on a nonprofit she founded called Jars for Stars that gives care packages to children who are fighting life-threatening illnesses. Jordan did this by raising money for and awareness of childhood cancer and chronic illnesses. She has raised over $2,000 and, through a Girl Scouts fundraiser and Facebook, had hundreds of toys donated. With the donated money and toys, Jordan has sent out over 150 jars to kids suffering from cancer and chronic illnesses. Let's give these students and every student who contributed to our community and our world community a big round of applause. We are so proud of you all. And last, we will announce our Students of the Year.
So over the course of 3 years at the middle school, we strive to develop students who are balanced, caring, open-minded, principled, knowledgeable, reflective, and who are risk takers, communicators, thinkers, and inquirers. This year, we would like to recognize the following 10 students who have demonstrated either one of these attributes to an extraordinary degree or have somehow demonstrated all of them consistently and with humility. Students, if we call your name, please come to the stage. So our first student. This young man somehow bypassed the hallmark of awkwardness and impulsivity that characterized the middle years. Maybe that comes from being the youngest of 3. Maybe he just has good genes. He's a supreme communicator who remains impervious to middle school politics. He maintains healthy balance in his life, earning stellar grades, while having served in school site council and other leadership activities, and outside of school, frequently finding the back of the net for his team, the Strikers. He has an awesome hair flip. He's one of the most positive people I know. I asked him once about the best and worst parts of school. His reply, there are no worst parts. The best? His teachers, he said. Mr. Garinger, he's hilarious. Nate DeAngelis, please come to the stage.
This student is known to be academically humble, intellectually curious, and looks at things through multiple perspectives. In fact, one teacher described this student as pondering by exercising her intellect. However, it is her humility that allows her to utilize those talents and share with others in a true collaborative effort. Additionally, this 8th grade student is caring, organized, and has a strong dedication to always improving. Another teacher shared that her desire to do her absolute best has propelled her to greatness. This desire was evident in her community project on collecting food waste from local farmers markets for distribution. She gathered statistics and applied the math to help her audience understand the scope of her project. She is known for her enthusiasm when learning something new and will often stay after class just to chat about what was learned for that day. It is with great pleasure and pride that we call up Emily Bustrom to the stage. Congratulations.
Go to the front of the stage, Emily.
I am always happy to see this student's distinctive handwriting on an assignment because her work goes above and beyond. She thinks deeply, providing detailed examples that allow her to make connections that are not always readily apparent. But she is also a good friend with a light heart who knows how to enjoy herself and entertain others. This year, she shared her love of music by performing for others and encouraging them to play music themselves. At first, you might not know what a strong communicator she is, because she is also an exceptional listener. She takes time to think before speaking, and it shows, because every time she gives a presentation, she is engaging, informed, and well-spoken. In fact, when she was a litigator in the trial of King George, her performance, as described by her teacher, was fearsome. That was not the only great performance she gave this year. She also played a cheek-pinching retired engineer, a used car salesman, and a bookish librarian from Utah, all competing against each other in a game of scientific jeopardy. Of course, only one person can collect this award. So Zoe Zecker, please come to the stage. Whenever I was selecting groups or making seating charts, I never had to worry about where to place this next student. This student's maturity, humility, and easygoing demeanor help him to get along with everyone. He takes great pride in his work and thinks it through methodically to make sure he understands the concepts we are learning as well as he can. I understand why his peers selected him as a thinker in the yearbook, because it was not uncommon to get an email from him in the evening that started, "I've been thinking about today's lesson," and so on and so on. He lights up at the idea of learning and comes to class excited to be there, but he understands that school is more than just getting good grades. He sees mistakes as feedback that allow him to grow, which is the true sign of a lifelong learner. He is focused on his own future, but also considerate of others, which is why he dedicated his community project to making college affordable. And I can't wait to see what his future brings for himself. It is with great pleasure that I invite Thomas Davies to the stage as our next Student of the Year.
Teachers describe this Student of the Year as caring, well-behaved, willing to lend a hand no matter the task. My go-to person, I know the job will be done perfectly. Kind to peers, scholar, extremely athletic. One teacher even said this student kicks butt in life. Students think of this amazing Student of the Year as funny and down to earth. One said there's no drama with her, which is really saying something in middle school. I agree with all these things. This student radiates a calm and joyful enthusiasm at all times. Whether she's helping out by taking the lead in projects like Teacher of the Year video, or simply being the best middle child that any family could ever ask for. No one does these things with more apparent grace, ease, and humility than Peyton Lubes. Please come to the stage. Artist, author, musician, scholar, athlete, creative, thoughtful, respectful, humorous, leader, loved by peers, dancer. Calling the Student of the Year balanced or well-rounded doesn't even begin to tell the story. How can anyone possibly find the time to get all A's and play sports and play piano and host Kahoot games here on campus and create one of the year's most outstanding community projects, and run for student government, and win the dance-off while wearing a cape and wielding a lightsaber, and do all these things with exceptional excellence? How is this possible? Leonardo da Vinci is considered by history to be the ultimate Renaissance man for his many diverse talents. Well, da Vinci's got nothing on this young man. Ben Villa, please come to the stage.
This next student fully embodies our idea of an international baccalaureate learner. Principled, risk-taker, knowledgeable, caring, and balanced. All qualities that make someone an overall great student. We do our best to teach these IB learner profile attributes to our students, but these traits come naturally to her. She comes to school with a positive and enthusiastic attitude that anyone can learn from. One example of the enthusiasm this student exudes came during her career research project in language and literature classes here. The requirement was a 3 to 5 minute speech, but this student took a risk by going above and beyond to show her passion and knowledge for the aesthetically pleasing fine arts with a solid 12-minute presentation. At the end of each of our multiple units of study, when there were over 100 assignments to look over, it was certainly a pleasure reading this student's work. I always looked forward to reading this student's well thought out and interesting contributions. It is refreshing for a teacher to see the dedication and effort that is put into a student's work. She cares about her studies enough to produce such quality material, but it's important to note how much she cares for others as well. She will always take it upon herself to take on a leadership role and help others when the opportunity presents itself. For example, as part of a group community project, this student and her group mates collected over 2,000 pounds of food and donated it to people in need. Some people take a lifetime to develop character traits like these, but this student is well on her way to mastering them. I'm happy to announce Kayla Schmidt as our next Student of the Year. Please come up to the stage.
This next Student of the Year always strives to do her best, and as a result, indirectly satisfies many of the International Baccalaureate Learner Profile attributes that we attempt to teach here at ESMS. She meets challenges head-on and does anything necessary to accomplish her goals. She is an independent learner, but does not shy away from asking questions as well. Her teachers and peers are quick to share that she is kind and thoughtful. For example, this student chose to help other students through her MYP community project. She used her knowledge and experience as a principled learner to help students with organization, time management, and provide them with stress relief tips. This student has an inner strength well beyond her years, and her determination is shown through her 4.0 GPA. This is all the more impressive once you learn that she has learned English just in the last 2 years after moving here from another country. She may have been the last student to march into this promotion ceremony today, but she is certainly at the top of her class. Congratulations to Belen Zelada Alzamora.
I once said to Dr. Plotkin that I wish this student was my own child. I need to ask his parents for tips because they have raised such an amazing human. This student is one that every teacher wishes to have. He is conscientious about his work in a way that breathes life into his work, not bogging it down with a multitude of unnecessary details. He is a true inquirer, curious about the world around him, wanting to make a positive impact, and seeking ways to see that desire through. He is interested in gaining knowledge, broadening his horizon, taking on new challenges, and strives to succeed in everything he does. He is a go-getter and takes pride in his end products, especially when the subject is something he really cares about, like building a website dedicated to helping our community waste less. He is kind and funny, intelligent and reflective, thoughtful and polite, motivated and confident. All these attributes will serve him well in his future. Rarely does a student like Alexander Kane come along. I am honored to honor him today as one of the Students of the Year. This next student is an Energizer bunny. She is running, never walking anywhere she goes. Every day she bounces around seeking out things to accomplish. Always smiling and positive, she is a bright array of sunshine every single day. Her work ethic is rivaled by none. Her work is always complete, always meticulously formatted, always on time, and her thoughtfulness and academic prowess is apparent in her written word. She is more adept at managing her very busy schedule than most adults. As an IB learner, she is the epitome of principled, steadfast integrity, a heightened awareness for justice, and always willing to accept the consequences of her actions with a sense of mature understanding and a reflective spirit. She tackles life with passion and enthusiasm. I know that she will accomplish anything that she puts her mind to with gusto. Hers is a name that I know will circulate in our community in the years to come as a mover and a shaker. The high school is lucky to get such a stellar addition to the Eagles class of 21. Kelly Carrigan, get up here.
Let's have one more round of applause for these 10 Students of the Year here. You may be seated. So now the moment we've been waiting for. This middle school class of 2017 and future high school class of 2021. They're going to stand up now. Here they come.
No, they have us after that, for whatever reason, yeah.
Maybeth? No, stop. Nobody here. Got no. Go ahead.
Mayvel Abdelmasia. Leah Abatante. Adeline Abrams. Abigail Agnew. Mirage Ahir. Mo Abawardi. Zara Ali. Megan Allen. Adam Olio. Julian Andrade. Jose Arbildo. Jordan Asby. Jamie Ayala Boffman. Victoria Ayala. Kiki Basil. Emily Baxter. Melanie Begeman. Adrian Beltran. Maya Bennett. Ameline Bertu. Erica Bevelheimer. Sadie Belsma. Riley Birch. Sam Bon Jovi. Kimberly Grace Bonney. Aiden Bushell. Sarah Broznick. Wyatt Burnett. Makana Okalani Burns. Emily Bustrom. Donna Byers. Jackson Byron. Leonardo Kagan. Ryan Kalimlim. Catherine Callahan. Olivia Callanan. Sarah Cardenas. Kelly Carignan. Alexander Carrillo. Bram Carroll. Alyssa Castillon. Malachi Cedarblum. Reginald Chandler Jr. Miles Christian. Krista Cleland. Camille Cleveland. Nia Amor Cooper. Vincent Cortez. Vivian Cortez. Wyatt Coulter. Grace Crawford. Gabriella Crother Collado. Katie Croxall. Charlie Curran. Lalani Dabota. Grayson Daly. Thomas Davies. Brian De La Cerda. Nathaniel DeAngelis.
Joaquin DePablo. Madeline Desimone. Joel Dixon. Vaughn Donahue. Angelique Dropsy. Hunter Dubberly. Bridget Duffy. Duke Durand. Dalton Elliott. Kristen Erland. Francesca Esquivel. Alexander Everard. Alex Farfan. Ashley Fike. Genevieve Fernandez. Matthew Finders. Peyton Fisk. Kalel Flores. Junior Franco. Hannah Frank. Aiden Fryson. Alexander Furman. Madison Fukuda. Kendon Faruya. Finn Garcia. Kevin Gowder. Sophia Georges. Justin Gill. Jura Glenny. Jolie Glickman. Samson Goitem. Isaiah Gonzalez. Megan Gookin. Rory Gookin. Timothy Gould. Brooke Graham. Aaron Grainer. Edward Grant. Evan Gregory. Julia Graumus. Maura Goulden. Jamie Lee Gully. Brennan Gannell. Cooper Haas. Ian Hahn.
Ellen Hansen. Christopher Hardy Taylor. Danielle Hare. Haley Hart. Samia Hassan. Addison Hayes. Marissa Herrera. Jackson Hicks. Benjamin Hill. Alex Hirose. Idris Hussein. Mason Jager. Brianna James. Alexandria Janisek. Cameron Johnson. Chase Johnson. Marley Johnson. Pierce Johnson. Caitlin Johnston. Sophia Jones. Clayton Kaminska. Xander Kane. Kiana Karimi. Imran Kasim. Ashley Kay. Michaela Kaczowski. Haley Keegan. Ethan Kelch. Nancy Kiner. Lauren Kleiger. Lawrence Klingeman III. Daniel Kopecki. Haley Koppelman. Christian Kramer. Alex Krachitzker, sir. Chase Krilko. Matthew Kusaro. Adrian Lacayo. Rachel Lalamond. Aaron Lavelle. Abby Lane. Grace Lee. Justin Lee.
Natasha Lee. Mia Linlar. Paige Little. Elon Lozano. Peyton Lubes. Isabel Luna. Cheyenne Mack. Christian McCrease. Jareli Magana. Audrey Malloy. Journey Banzo. Mikas Marinos. Justin Martin. Alejandro Martinez. Andrea Martinez. Marcela Martinez. Ryan Massey. Jacob Matietz. James Matalich. Sanai Maxwell. Brendan McAndrews. Dylan McAlodden. Oh, I said it wrong. Chase McGill. John McGonigal. Jason McGowan. Amali Mackay. Laura McLeese. Samantha Merkley. Adam Messer, not here. Whoops. Nicholas Michaels. Ian Michael. Jessica Miller. Nathan Miller. Vincent Miller. Andrew Mitchell. Mark Monin. Jamie Morales. Miguel Moreno. Franklin Morshed. Christina Mullane. Ashray Nair. Aaron Nanu. Annika Nelson. Ramin Nasari. Allison Nieves.
Kyle Nishimoto. Ruby Noble. Story Noble. Julian Noriega. Ella O'Neill. Madeline O'Reilly. Emily Olshan. Marcus Ortiz. Michael Austria. Joshua Olashian. Corinne Pagan. Trinity Parascandola. Zane Parker. James Pearson. Jordan Peterson. Nicholas Phelps. Emily Pineda. Nicholas Pita. Daniel Ragat. Yusuf Rahman. Dahlia Ramirez. Landon Ramirez. Jonathan Ramos. Katrina Ravitch. Madeline Reed. Bruce Reeser. Haziel Rendon. Viviana Rios. Alyssa Rodriguez. Victoria Rodriguez. Kyle Romero. Katie Romero. Aurora Ross. Jacob Rubacher. Dylan Ryan. Tealani Sablan. Kylie Samek. Lloyd Sapanza. Jonathan Sauter. Savannah Schartz. Gregory Schur. Kayla Schmidt. Brian Schodorf. Jelena Schumann.
Elias Segura. Ryan Safi. Arja Sethi. Thea Sexton. Aman Sheikh. Maxwell Sims. Peyton Slatkin. Andrew Smetana. Sydney Snell. Giovanni Soria. Jeanne Soto. Sydney Souter. Kathleen Stanford. Beth Stevens. Cole Sturba. Cooper Stolnak. Jake Stolnak. Olivia Storr. Sasha Stringer. Vanessa Strutz. Kai Suzuki. Nelson Tabak. Kyle Takata. Jillian Tenori. Charles Taylor. Nicholas Temesbury. Andre Teravanesian. Connor honor, Tevis McDowell. Chanel Thomas. Amelia Thompson. Jessica Tilney. Maya Torres. Samuel Trainer. Jaden Vanderwood. Chance Vanderlinden. Benjamin Villa. Seth Von Flew. Eden Walsh. Adrian Wexler. Emma Wigington. Brett Wilkinson. Spencer Williams. Zoe Zecker. Belen Zalata Alzamora.
Okay, I would like to ask Superintendent Moore to please come to the stage.
Good afternoon, parents, students, friends, and family. This is just such an honor, and it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the certification and acceptance of the class. But before I do that, I just want to thank the parents and family members who are here today to support our students being promoted. This is an important event in a student's life. It's a milestone, but we expect our students to do even more, to move on to high school and certainly beyond to college or careers. So students, I challenge you to keep that goal in front of you as to what's your next step and how are you going to make a difference in the world. So President Watkins, as superintendent of the El Segundo Unified School District, with the guarantee by the faculty and administration of the El Segundo Middle School that these members of the class of 2017 have indeed completed all requirements specified by the Education Code and district policy, I hereby certify this class to the Board of Education. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. It is truly my honor, and by the power vested in me by the laws of California, pursuant to my oath of office and on behalf of our Board of Education, I hereby accept the graduates of the El Segundo Middle School for the class of 2017. Congratulations, graduates.